Hello.
Got into UNC Chapel Hill as well, but she was like, no, Amherst kind of trumps UNC Chapel Hill. So, but we'll see.
So, just so I'm reading this right, mic is these things, and N is the microphone.
Yeah, but it should be that should be
Okay, just why are there the three different? And like when.
So I want to say that I mean that's how you adjust. Yeah, I guess that's right. I don't know. I never use it. I only use it with the lav plugged into the back.
Okay. Got it.
But if you are trying to adjust the levels, you try to adjust the levels and then you choose one of those options.
Okay.
But I'm assuming that mic is the boom mic.
No, I'm sure it must be this because this is 1 and 2.
Oh, okay.
Right.
That makes sense, but then
Okay.
Yeah, that does make sense.
It sounds great.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay.
All right. So to start, Toya, can you tell me your full name and can you spell your name for me?
Okay, my name is Toya Merritt, ToyaMerritt.
Thank you. And so tell me a little bit about yourself. How long have you lived in Durham? And
I have been in Durham for 24 years. I think it's, around about 24 years now.
what do you do for a living?
I work for the city of Durham.
What do you do there?
I am a business analyst. Yeah.
So what, I think when we talked before, you were telling me, I don't know if this is maybe just a part of your job, but some of the stuff that you worked on is helping the city kind of analyze where problems are. Like, are you looking at data to see where?
Yes.
Can you tell me?
Yes. We use, I also do GIS mapping. And so I use GIS analysis to figure out where people are and who are the people that are there and what's going on. Like, is there a lot like high vacancy in that area? Do people have jobs that live there? What do people need that live there? Or what do people want that live there?
That's really incredible. Like, what data can allow us to do.
Yeah.
Can I ask you to move that side back?
Mm-hmm.
And then if you want, you can put the other side forward if that's comfortable for you.
Okay, that's fine.
Perfect.
Okay.
Great. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
All right.
So I think I told you on the phone that Liza, well, I don't know, you haven't really, it's not GIS that you do, right?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you use ArcMap?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do a lot of stuff in ArcMap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Very cool. Yeah, I do like environmental analysis.
Okay.
That kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a fun program.
It is. Yep, it is.
But very buggy.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yep, it
Prone
is.
to crashing, perhaps?
Yes.
Or just prone to being slow?
Yeah.
Both.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, and especially because like my office is like off-site from City Hall. We're at Golden Belt and we're over the network. So everything is super slow. So, but I make it work. I always make it work. So, yeah.
So I was hoping you could talk a little bit about your daughters. And if you could start one at a time. So maybe start with Faith and just tell me how old she is, where she is at school, and just tell me a little bit, like, what is she like?
Okay. So Faith is my middle daughter and she's 17 years old and she is a senior at the North Carolina School of Science and Math. I always mix it up, but it's science and math. And she is an incredible student. I just can't begin to explain the way that she thinks and the way that she like executes a plan. So she sets goals for herself and she does whatever she needs to do to make sure that she accomplishes those goals. And I believe that that's one of the things that it was already in her to do, But I think the Emily K Center really helped to enhance that and give her like the tools that she needs to figure out what she needs to do and to set like milestones and things like that to achieve her goals.
What is she good at school? Like, where are her gifts academically?
Math. She's really like top notch in math.
So maybe this is one of the ones that I can ask you to answer in a complete sentence. So you could say Faith is great at math, or however you would say it.
Okay. So Faith is great at math, science. She plans on majoring in either computer science or engineering. So it just comes naturally to her.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about Hope?
Okay, so Hope is a middle schooler, and she is 11 years old. She is good in math. She is good in a lot of things. She's a little more shy and a little more reserved. But that's one of the things that the Emily K Center has helped her to like kind of come out a little bit. Because, I mean, you can be like a quiet leader, but sometimes the people that need to be led need to get instruction. So sometimes you can't be quiet. So that's what they have kind of helped her, develop the leadership skill.
So, I have so many questions here. So tell me something that we talked about when we were on the phone about, can you kind of take me back to what you remember about finding out about the center? How did you learn about Emily K?
Like I said before, I worked for the city of Durham, and I used to work in the community and doing community relations. I was a community relations coordinator. And one of the things that the community relations coordinator does is gives the community like all the happenings around town. So I looked in the newsletter that was made by one of my coworkers. He was excellent. He still is working there as well. He's the manager now. But he had an article, and it was almost like an advertisement. And it was like Emily K, Pioneer Scholars, like apply now. And when registration opened up and kind of what they were looking for in a student. And I was like, that's my children. So we're going to apply. And that's what we did.
So what, do you remember what it was that caught your eye about it? So basically, this isn't a question that you've already answered. I'm just going to ask you to dig a little bit deeper. Tell me more about that. When you said like, those are my daughters. What was going through your head? And yeah.
Because when I saw the advertisement, it talked about like leadership. It talked about like the pillars, like heart and doing what's right, and just those types of things. Just being a better you. That's kind of what we took from it at the start. So taking a good student, because they kind of screen you, because they're gonna get the cream of the crop, and those are the children that they take are the ones that's the cream of the crop, or the ones that have the potential to be, but they just need a little prompting and a little prodding to get them there. And those are the students that they take. But that's what we saw, that we wanted I've always wanted my children to be, leaders, to do what's right at all times, to set an example for their fellow classmates, and also to just reach their full potential. Because a lot of times we don't. We kind of fall short. But if we have the right support, behind us, we can, even when times get hard or when they get rough and we think we can't make it, that's when that little nudge, it helps so much.
Well put.
Thank you.
Pause for 1 second.
Okay.
Just listen and make sure I'm not going crazy. Just make sure it sounds okay. Not
Oh,
like
yeah.
hissy.
Yeah, actually, you keep these and I'll put this in. Can I have you say just a few words, Toya?
Just a few words, Toya.
Perfect. Yeah, that's looking good.
Okay. Right. So, I was hoping we could talk a little bit about the ways that your daughters have been involved, and specifically about like the types of things that cool things that they've done, that they've been able to experience. So, can we start with Faith, and can you tell me some of the stuff that she's gotten to do?
Well, one of the really cool things was she went to a summer camp at NC State. So it was a coding camp, and it was for the entire summer. I mean, not the entire summer. It was like a week-long camp. But her lead counselor found that camp for her, and she applied, and she was accepted. And of course, Emily Kay helped with paying for the camp.
Can I have you say that again, using Faith's name?
Okay.
And maybe if you could answer me back in the question. So I'm trying to think of a good way to ask this to make it not difficult for you to answer it. So what types of things has Faith been involved in through the Emily Kay Center?
Faith has been involved in a very cool camp, a week-long camp in the summer, and it was at NC State, and it was for coding. So she actually spent a week on the campus of NC State. It wasn't an overnight; it was a day program. But she learned how to code. She interacted with like the computer science department and the staff, the professors, and it was really cool. It was really cool.
And did she also go up to Boston for a while? Can you talk about that a little bit using her name?
Yes. Faith had the opportunity to attend entire summer program in Boston, Massachusetts, as a Noonan Scholar. So she lived on the campus for the entire summer at Wheelock College. And she took classes. She took a calculus class. She took a writing class. And mind you, these classes were taught by like MIT professors. And I mean, just cream of the crop staff. It was wonderful. And they flew her out there, and she was there. She kind of had a college experience before she actually got to college. So that was really important.
That's huge.
Yeah, it was.
So talk to me about Hope. What types of things has Hope had an opportunity to do through Emily Kay? I know that her experiences are different, obviously, as a younger student, but maybe you can just talk about Hope's involvement in what she does at the center.
And could you start this sentence by saying through the Emily Kay Center?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So through the Emily Kay Center, Hope has been able to attend a Duke basketball game. And that's kind of on the cool side of it, because, you have the academic stuff, but then you have the cool stuff. And that's what I love about the Emily Kay Center. They give them the things they need, but they also give things they want. I love that. Because you can motivate the children to do, perform academically by rewarding them with the fun stuff. But she was able to go on court like at halftime, and they played like musical chairs. And I believe that's when she won the basketball. So she won like an autograph basketball. And that was so cool. That was so cool.
Yeah,
That's really
awesome.
cool. Yeah.
What can you talk a little bit about the Pioneer Scholars Program that Hope is involved in? And that's the program that she's doing
Yes.
right now.
Mhm.
Yeah, so can you talk about that?
Okay. So Hope is a 6th grader, and she's involved in the Pioneer Scholars Program. And she goes there every day after school. And when they go, they do different projects, and they just help develop them as leaders and different skills that they need, like problem solving and things like that. Things that they kind of don't realize that's going to benefit them, but they do. So it's, they work on projects. I guess it's more like project-based learning type of situations, and they work on these projects, and they have a great outcome. And they usually have a time where they kind of display the project, or the parents can kind of see what's going on. So I like that as well.
Is she also, like, through that program, she has someone who can help her with homework?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was basically just from my own understanding.
Yes.
So they're doing a lot of projects, but she can also ask for help.
Yes, because they have time. They give them time to do a little homework if they need homework help, and they kind of go through different things. I know Hope she was watching CNN at school. So she decided that she is going to, since the North Carolina teachers can't protest, that she is going to do her part to fight the cause. And so she came home and wrote this paper. And I was like, what are you writing this paper for? Well, she was like, well, it's not required, but my teacher can't protest, her low salary. And so I'm going to do what I need to do. So she wrote this paper, and actually one of the lead counselors that works with her, she helped like edit it and everything. And so she also built a website. So you should be hearing about this soon, but she has this whole thing. She's going to send it out to like CNN. She's going to send it out to like the Herald Sun. She's going to get the teachers an increase in pay. Is what she told me.
Wow.
Since they can't protest for themselves, she's going to be their voice.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
And I was like, where are you getting this from? And she was like, my teacher can't protest because the state of North Carolina, you can't protest.
Oh, wow.
She's
What
so
a big
sweet.
heart.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It
So.
takes a certain amount of maturity too, and empathy.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know what you're gonna be when you grow up, because I was like, and she was just writing, and she's like researching, and she like pulling up, like we just talked about data. She's pulling up like the median income of like teachers across the nation, and she was like, it's $55,000 on average, but Durham doesn't, and in North Carolina doesn't get that, and she just did this whole thing.
Oh my gosh.
So we will be hearing about that soon. Yeah. We'll see what
Yeah, it
happens.
sounds like. Could you imagine something like that if Hope hadn't been involved in the Emily K Center?
No, not at all.
When and we'll stick with Hope, yeah, because I think and I'll ask the same about Faith. But when you talk to Hope, when you hear Hope talk about like what she does at the Multicam Toya or the stuff that she's doing, like what does she say? What does she talk about? If you could answer that in a complete sentence.
I'm just gonna go on to say that.
Oh yeah.
What does Hope talk about?
And I don't know, something like when Hope comes home, or when Hope and I talk about the Emily K Center or something like that.